Give mama the stuffing.
Oh my god. 33.
That's
And I'm
the
like,
worst, by the way.
what is that?
Isn't that the worst? Like when someone's like, it's a lock.
It's a lock. It's not. The game's not over, and they're down by more than 20
Right.
points.
You're like, I have a little bit of turkey. I have to go lay down on something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a homeless person, which is nothing wrong with homeless people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Mouthpiece Makes Vegas Pay. I'm your host, Brady Matthews, and what an amazing weekend of sports. We had a lot going on. Raymond went out and did his thing for UFC. I did my thing with losing money and not being able to pay child support for my daughter, but we're going to talk about lots of big things.
Sad.
Like losing money this weekend. We're breaking that down. Some huge upsets in the NFL. The Cowboys are like the hot chicks that show up to the bar unannounced, which is fine sometimes in a good way if it's a small town. Also, my guy, Ashton Genty, is on the fast track to win the Heisman. Who does he share some of his legendary numbers with? Ray and I will share that.
You called it from the beginning, so I got to give you credit.
I did call it from the beginning.
You did.
Thanksgiving, is it the most overrated holiday? And the do's and don'ts at the dinner table, Ray. We're going to break that down as well. Is it okay to say it at the dinner table, but is it more acceptable to say it in bed?
I mean, let's just bring up politics right off the rip.
The legendary Thanksgiving games are coming up. Ray and I are going to break those down too. And a lot of them stink, but how do we make them interesting to watch? With that said, like I said, let's have a rip-roaring good time. Pop in your mouthpieces. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I am your host, Brady Matthews. And again, I wouldn't be able to do this show without my A1, my ride or die, best chest hair this side of the 95. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Raymond James Sherwood.
I think that was the first time you ever introduced me with my middle name, too.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I almost forgot your last name for a second.
Really? I think the only reason why you remembered it is because of Tampa, right? The stadium?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you know what's even funnier is when I say Raymond James Stadium, I immediately think of John Gruden.
Really?
I don't know why.
That's so funny.
Very weird.
I do like that, though.
You do?
Yeah, where it was that's where he ended it. Was Tampa, right?
Yes, it
Or was
did.
it the Raiders?
Nope, he started in the Raiders and then he went to Tampa.
Yeah, I miss that guy.
I'm almost positive. I miss him too. I just like how he is on Barstool Sports now.
He's nuts.
He is.
I love it. What's that? It's like, woo.
Yeah.
Right? He
goes like this. Woof.
yeah.
Which is so weird.
But he found his niche.
I know, but that's such a weird thing, isn't it?
It is strange, but I mean, it's hooky. I like it. I like the quick little hook.
It is hooky. Like I said, over the weekend, I did, lost a little money. For some reason, I have a friend, we both know, John Stoner, that lives in Arizona. He said, put $100 on the Cardinals. And I said, okay. Lost that bet. Then he goes, second half of, what was it, the Chargers game last night. He goes, put $50 down, make your money back. Lost that.
Wait, $50 on the Chargers?
On the Chargers.
Were they a dog at the time?
They were a dog at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm ass out a couple $100. How was your experience over the weekend with sports betting?
It was a little over. I was a little over 50%. I was plus units on UFC card in China fight night, and then I ended the week, profiting maybe not even $100. But last night I decided to go big on the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
And I profited pretty big last night.
Did you really?
I won pretty big. I picked the Ravens margins between 1 and 9, and even Simon called me this morning. He was like, "Hey, saw you did pretty good on the book," and I was like, "There you go."
You know, it's a good thing. By the way, shout out to our boy Simon,
also,
who's not here.
I faded your pick, Simon. Your AI system said Chargers winning margin between 1 and 9, and I picked Baltimore's between 1 and 9. And
Did you really?
Yeah, I faded it.
Didn't you say though you bet on some little bit of college basketball this weekend too, right?
Dude, literally last night. So I was following the picks, and then I was like, all right, MVPs. And I'm not saying anything. We've been hot lately on Winnable. We've been absolutely killing it. Our picks, but of course, like any like any cappers, there are we win and lose, and we had a hot weekend, but there's always hot streaks that come to an end.
Sure.
And of course, I had to pick the one game that it came to an end on.
Can you tell the people what the game was?
North Carolina versus Dayton, bro. North Carolina's fucking ranked number 12th in the country. Dayton's not even fucking ranked. So I'm like, yeah, let me throw a quick little parlay mixed in with some of the fights this weekend to fucking cash out a few $100, and they got blown out. It wasn't even competitive. I'm like, I bet on them. I checked in on like midway through the half, and I'm like, it's a tie game. I go, they'll pull away. I fucking end of the half, they're losing like 55 to 33, and I'm like,
worst, by the way.
What is that?
Isn't that the worst? Like when someone's like, it's a lock.
It's a lock. It's not. The game's not over, and they're down by more than 20 points.
You're like, what is that?
I go, what is this? They're ranked number 12 in the country, and they're getting smoked by this unranked Dayton team.
It's awful.
Whatever. But I also don't know nothing about basketball. That was me just putting, all right, let's do it.
Just having a good time.
Yeah, of course. And then they hit every other fucking pick that they did, and I was like, all right, you got to be kidding me. That's like always our case. We always we always pick the one that just doesn't hit at all.
Like I said, as people know on the show, the only time that I win bets is when I forget. I don't know how to put it in right.
Yeah,
that's the only time. So from now on, that's all I'm just gonna do.
Simon made it. He goes, you got to fade your own bets. So whatever you like, just do the opposite, which is fucking funny.
It's awful. You had a great event over the weekend too. Yep. I saw you were hanging out with Jon Jones. I wanted to actually play it on the show. If you don't, no, we don't have the clip. But how was that experience? How was it interviewing him? Is he a good dude? Just give us the whole what is it that's going on?
Yeah, I mean, so Saturday I went to Dirty Boxing, was doing media coverage, and
that's why I wanted to ask you. Why do they call it Dirty Boxing?
So Dirty Boxing is the organization. It's Mike Perry's organization that's also backed by First Round Management, which is Jon Jones' management company. They're the ones who contacted me and going there and doing the full media coverage. I ended up meeting all the guys there, and of course Jon Jones. So I got the call that morning, and Lenny goes, "Hey Ray, I need you to interview Jon Jones tonight." And I was like, "Okay, that's kind of sick."
That's incredible.
So ended up going there. It was a private event. It was heavy staff security. Before I even got in there, like, we need credentials. So I had to make a phone call to Abe, the guy from First Round Management. They had a guy come in, fucking bring me in. They wouldn't even let me in. It was like all heavy security. Going to the event, it's like all underground like style. It's fucking like
it looked badass.
It was Fight Club.
It literally looked like Fight Club.
It was Fight Club. It was a Fight Club essentially. It was sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is really badass. And I started looking around, and a bunch of other famous people are there too as well. And then of course, as soon as Jon Jones walked in,
it was
also real quick. Let me backtrack.
Sure.
While I was waiting to go into the fucking studio, I'm like waiting there like an asshole, just like two security guards are making sure I can't get into the event. The Escalade of where Jon Jones was. So Jon Jones passed me in the Escalade, like, look at this loser, he can't get in here. And I'm like, God damn it. And I see him get out and whatever. Besides the point. Anyway, end up going around, going to VIP, getting the section. I end up talking to a few other famous fighters, as well as the Schmo, who's a big media personality as well. We end up going to the back room, and then Abe, the guy, told us, he goes, "Hey, let's interview Jon here." And perfect. Jon picked off. I go, "Jon, do you want to interview?" And he goes, "Let's do it, buddy." And
well, speaking of, here it is.
Yep, dove right into it.
You did great, dude. I mean, you look calm, you look relaxed, you look like you're having a good time.
Yeah, no, the whole day I was stressing about this literal 1 minute interview. So there he is.
Why does he look like LeBron James?
There's yours
Heavyweight
truly.
champion Johnny Bones Jones. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great.
Shockingly, I felt just as big as Jon Jones.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Down here in the 305 Miami, there's a ton of things to do. What's your go-to down here in the 305?
Man, I'm just
But
excited. to hang out
Ray,
with
does he
Abraham
not look like
Monkey
LeBron
over
James?
First round management. We're gonna
My head's
run
bigger
dinner
than his,
tonight
too, I
and
realize
just go out.
Now,
and just
Ray, when you
really
interview these dudes, does any of these guys like intimidate you at all?
No, not at all. I mean, if anything, I just don't want to stumble on my words, so I repeated everything I was already going to say to Jon prior. But it's funny, they cut out the part where I was actually going, "Jon," I go, "there's a lot of things to do in the 305 here," and I
heard that.
So I was actually kind of baiting him a little bit to give me like a spicy answer, so maybe it could go viral. So I go, "Jon," I go, "what do you come down to Miami for? You got cafe, you got cafecito, or you got women, you got 11. What are you doing tonight?" And he just cut that right in half and was like, "I'm gonna be hanging out with my team and eating a nice dinner and enjoying the atmosphere." I was like, "Oh fuck."
He knew
exactly what I was doing.
He's
PR trained, and I wasn't even trying to like bait him into saying something crazy. I just wanted him to loosen up and say something kind of fun, where it's like, "Yeah, maybe I am going out and partying tonight."
Oh, he will be.
Oh, I know he did, but he said it in a very professional manner.
Of course, you don't want to give anybody any leverage at all.
Yeah, but he was super cool at the end of it. He was grabbing me. He was like, "You're a big dude." I go, "No, you're a big guy." And all of a sudden, like, he goes, "You're the man."
Take my number down.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I asked him for his number, and then he's like, "Take Abe, my manager's number." So I got his manager's number.
That's
if I
cool.
ever want to do stuff with Jon Jones, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be sick. But he's also not gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna give my random number to this guy who just interviewed me." So
No. But that's awesome, Ray. I mean, I'm
super
glad
cool. You know what was too cool too? Right
Sure.
before I was about to interview Jon Jones, I knew one of the guys behind him, Big Baby Miller. And
that's a great name, by the way.
Yeah, Big Baby. And he was right behind Jon. So for me to establish like credibility, it was him and John walking in together, and Big Baby came up to me and Dammy goes, Ray, good to see you, brother. John's like, oh shit, you know? All right, cool, let's do it.
You're like, yeah,
so
what
I was
about
like,
that?
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And then also during the interview with the schmo that I did, the media personality, Jon Jones fucking video bombed that walking through, and I go, isn't that a great video bomb? We just got video bombed by the fucking goat. You know what I mean?
But
they didn't post that into.
They didn't post that?
I'm gonna get all the raw footage, and I'm gonna make my own clip because I think it's really cool.
Send it off to our guy.
Yeah,
Clip it up.
That'd be cool, and I'll tag in Make Vegas Pay.
Fuck yeah.
Put the microphones in. Like
I saw that. I was like, Ray better be clipping this up, dude. Because
I need to
awesome.
do it ASAP while it's still hot. So
So that's the new thing is dirty boxing?
Yeah,
what's the difference between that and bare knuckle boxing?
So dirty boxing is like a form of rule set where it creates more violence. So it's basically smaller ounce gloves like MMA, but boxing style. But also there's ground and pound involved as long as the soles of your feet are on the canvas. So it's a boxing style setup, but also you could utilize ground and pound, and it's to pretty much promote more violence and finishes. So rather than a boxing style where you see a lot of moving and technique, it's promoting more knockouts and finishes.
Are the gloves the same size as the UFC gloves?
I think it's a tad bit. I think they're 8 ounce, not 4 ounce. So it's right in the middle between a 12 ounce or 16 ounce in boxing, and then MMA is a 4 ounce glove.
Either way, it hurts.
Either way, yeah. It's less padding, and like I said, it's boxing, but more brutal in that aspect of it.
What would you rather? Would you still want to be in the octagon, or would you give this a shot?
Well, because of me personally, it takes away from grapplers and wrestlers. So submissions is not a thing in dirty boxing. It's just more boxing and in that aspect of it. So think of it like bare knuckle, but you could strike on the ground, but with gloves protecting you. So
Gotcha.
It promotes. It's safe. It's safer than bare knuckle, but it's like in the midst of boxing, bare knuckle, and then dirty boxing's like right in the middle where it's still violent, but you're still a little bit protected.
Right. See, that's why I'm glad you're here. I have so many MMA questions.
Dude,
last week
that was the first. That was the first event ever that they had, which was crazy.
That's not MMA though, is it?
No, it's not. It's a form of boxing, you could say. It's a new organization sport, you could say.
Right. Because I saw this the other day. Speaking of boxing, this is what Sylvester Stallone had to say about the Jake Paul fight, Ray. I've known this unbelievable athlete, Tyson, since he was 19 years old, and when we saw was him giving one of the great Oscar-winning performances of all time. Please, Jake, be grateful he spared your life. Trust me. Ray, thoughts? Because I was like, huh?
Well, Sylvester Stallone doesn't know where the fuck he is right now. So
I don't think Mike does either.
Yeah, I think they're both unaware of. Like, Mike was like, I fought last week. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Mike doesn't remember. Sylvester Stallone's like, his face is stressed. He can't move. He goes,
dude.
You see the goddamn Botox.
You see the Christmas sweaters that they have coming out of Mike's ass?
No.
And it says, "'Twas the night."
Oh my god,
something like that.
That's
Some
so
stupid
bad.
shit. You know what? We would wear one for sure.
Nah, I don't know about that. I mean, Mike Tyson is crazy though. He didn't give a shit. Everyone's like, oh, why did he do that? He goes, it's Mike. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. There comes an age where we're all not gonna care anymore.
Yeah.
And then
I'm kind of
we'll do
sick and
shit
tired
like
of
that.
talking about it, but I thought that was interesting. And Sly said that, and I was like, I wonder what Ray thinks about that, because you know what true fighting looks like, and that obviously wasn't
He's
true
60.
fighting.
No, I mean, like I said, Mike Tyson for 60 though. He did look great, but yeah, it was a carry. I don't want to think too much in terms of the Jake Paul fight.
No. Conor McGregor's in hot water, right? And we talked about this before too.
More than that.
Can you break this down? Then we'll move on from all the fighting stuff and move on to some
Yeah.
other stuff. But because it is the Thanksgiving episode, and this is about thanks. This is about thanks. But Conor McGregor is giving a lot of thanks.
Yeah.
The BKFC president. Oh, this is another thing. Actually, we'll go back to the Conor McGregor thing. What do you think of this? The BKFC president, Dave Feldman, and co-owner Conor McGregor are set to announce $25 million tournament that is open to anybody. Raymond, how do we get you in there?
You know what's funny? He said it's going to open up to not just BKFC current athletes, but BKFC prospects. So there's going to be tryouts held all over the country to see if anyone wants to qualify for the tournament. And of course, that's going to go for, there's going to be like little tryouts and not just local gym tryouts, but big regional ones. So it's going to be more of a tournament leading into a massive tournament.
Right.
And of course, when you got a fucking polarizing character like Conor McGregor, he could back a $25 million prize. So
I mean, he's so many. Conor McGregor's in so many things now. He's in the bare knuckle boxing. He's in the BKFC. He's in the UFC.
Yeah, there's so many, and plus BKFC is blowing up too like crazy. So because of Conor, good or bad media-wise, perspectively. But
Sure.
with all the money that BKFC's getting thrown right now, they're like, fuck it, let's put it into a grand prize and make something pretty massive out of it. So it's interesting to see the $25 million tournament going into BKFC. But in that perspective, it's going to blow up. I like BKFC. They're actually coming here to Florida the 21st of December.
What is it? And our other boy, Aaron, does the karate combat.
Yeah, the karate combat.
What is the difference of that? There's so many things now.
Yeah. Like it's a different form of martial arts. So karate combat's almost like if anything, it's more of a stylistically more like similarity to dirty boxing. It's just in a pit. Same.
It reminds
shit.
me of, remember the movie Lionheart?
Yeah.
With Van Damme?
It's just weird. They have different uniforms, long pants. I mean, they run it really well. We went to karate combat.
Yes, we did.
And I think everyone's trying to find a different niche or take away from MMA and create their own sport of it, which is totally fine. I think helping out in any form of combat sports is great for the community and the people and the fans. But like I said, sometimes you run into some trouble, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything about dirty boxing. Karate combat's doing well. I think dirty boxing can do well. It's just a matter of how they move forward.
Right.
But BKFC's fucking blowing up, dude.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. And we'll have to go to some events because that'd be a lot of fun. We'll go with Jon Jones.
Yeah, exactly. We'll party with him or McGregor. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Well, I don't know if Conor McGregor's going to want to be partying anytime soon. He just lost his lawsuit. You said it was a civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
And you said, just 2 seconds on that. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, he got it was a civil lawsuit, so it's not federal case, so he's not going to prison, or you know what I mean. So it's just he has to pay a lump sum of money to the girl that accused him of doing it. Do I believe that? No. Unfortunately. I mean, like I said, in terms of unfortunately, I mean, a lot of guys are, especially with somebody that high net worth as well as high profile as Conor, they're going to try to drain his pockets a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
that money.
As much of it, he is a scumbag. He fucking cheated on his wife and everything. But I'm not gonna get out of the fucking way of him being wrong. But the fucking girls are a little fucking evil nowadays.
Dude,
as you know, Ray. We all know.
I do.
We
know.
all know.
You give them an inch, Ray. They'll take the house.
Everything.
They'll take the house.
So I am siding with Conor here. I think she is bullshitting, and from the backstory, I do believe there's a lot of questions. But he's not going to prison or anything. This was civil for emotional damages and shit. So
Yeah.
Which I don't believe, but
no. We'll definitely keep our eye on that. Another thing to keep our eye on, moving on to football, ladies and gentlemen, my Chicago Bears. Raymond, this question is for you. And again, this is always in, the Bears are always in hot water, if you will. Does my coach finally get fired? The Bears have never fired a coach within the season. If he loses if he loses to the Lions, it's -10, by the way, and they're playing at Ford Field. Not good. If my Bears lose, Ray, do they finally fire the coach in season?
I think they should at this point. I mean,
they should, but
it's pretty bad. I mean, like I said prior, there's 3 to 4 games that the Bears probably shouldn't have lost. They've been in it, so I mean, their record is almost very swayed. But bad decisions from the coach and the offensive coordinator, and it's a collective team effort here, and they fucked it up. And I'm sure if Simon was here, he would go off on Eberflus.
Oh, for sure.
Simon hates him with a burning passion.
Oh yeah.
So,
moving on, and we'll dabble back more into the Bears and all the games for Thursday, because again, it is Thursday football games, and that is exciting. And also it's a big sports betting day. Did you know that?
Correct. I was gonna say it is tempting though to hit that +10 line on the Bears though, right?
I think it's -10.
No, -10 on the other side.
Yeah, +10. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not. Listen, someone zell me. I don't have any money.
Yeah, I lost it all.
Seriously, Ray, do you think this is the best kick return in all of football, college and pros, that happened on last Sunday? Watch this. You saw this, right?
Line drive to Turpin and it bounces through his legs.
Watch this.
That was beautiful.
Right, it looked like a Madden spin move.
What was that? He didn't even move.
Look at him, and look how fast he is, dude. The guy runs a 4.140. Wish I could run that fast. What do you think, Ray?
That was beautiful.
Right?
That spin move was like the Madden move where you spin in your own personal circle and then go. So people are going by you, but they didn't expect you to stop and do a spin in your own standing.
That always happens on kick returns. Some of the best kick returns are from just complete train wrecks.
Speaking of Bears, do you remember Devin Hester?
Yes, dude.
Do you remember Devin? That was one of the best kickoff returners ever, and punt returners.
Yeah.
Returners in general.
Dude, he was must-see TV. I mean, every time Devin Hester went back there.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. Ran it back for a touchdown right off the rip. And I was like, we're winning the whole thing. Yep. And then we lost because Rex Grossman couldn't handle wet footballs.
Yep.
Whatever. on to college football as well, because we never dabble into college football, but me and Ray have been keeping our eye on this kid from day one. His name's Ashton Genty.
You have been. You've convinced me to look into this kid.
I mean, this kid
and Simon
is awesome.
And Simon and I both were doubters, and then you proved us wrong.
I'm telling you, man. Ray, does he win the Heisman? I mean, from everything
he
you've
has
seen,
to.
does he win the Heisman?
He has
right
to.
now, he's leading in touchdowns. Good thing I can't pull it up now. Great. He's leading in touchdowns. He's leading in receptions. He's breaking all the records.
Yeah, I mean,
who compares to him?
I mean, you already called it. You said Barry Sanders is the one that compares to
Ricky
him.
Williams.
Ricky Williams
And Reggie Bush.
Yeah, without the drug use,
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? I don't know what Ashton Genty does in his personal life, but yeah, the guy's an absolute stud.
Yeah.
He gives me Barry Sanders vibes for sure. Because what is he, like 5'6", Brady? How fucking
he's
tall is
tiny.
he?
But the thing that's good about him too is he looks like a little bowling ball behind that line. Ashton Genty, 10 games, 1,991 yards, 27 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, who's no joke, 15 games, 2,310
killing it
yards.
this season.
Oh, crushing. 28 touchdowns. Mark Ingram, 20 touchdowns. Reggie Bush, 18. But within 10 games, he is leading all these guys in terms of stats. So for me,
passed Mark Ingram.
I think he's your Heisman winner. That's just
He has to.
That's just my thought.
He has to.
Yeah.
He's an absolute stud. You think he goes in the first round?
Oh, for sure. I think the Bears should go get him because the Bears, I think, are going to draft at 9. I think.
Who do you have? D Swift.
I got Swift. He stinks.
It's funny because he wasn't bad on the Eagles though. He was okay.
Yeah. With that said, moving on. Like we said, it is Thanksgiving. Ray, I have a question for you. Is Thanksgiving the most overrated holiday? Here's my top 5 things that I think the reason why I think it is overrated, Ray. And here we go. Dry turkey. Also,
Dry turkey.
who likes turkey? Like, do you like turkey? Do you ever just get
It's
turkey?
funny. I don't fucking really eat turkey outside of just Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like maybe in all of our lives we've had ground turkey here and there.
If you're
But I never
dieting.
had like turkey ever.
No.
Like just a fucking
Can you imagine, Ray, if you come over and you're like, Ray, are you just eating turkey with gravy?
yeah. That's
Like
weird.
in April?
Yeah.
And you're like, what? It's gross.
Where's the stuffing?
That's gross.
Yeah.
Well, funny you say that. Turkey is so overrated. It makes you try
strange.
to drench it in gravy and eat it with stuffing.
Do you know that turkey also makes you tired?
Oh, it makes me exhausted. Yeah. Like I have a little bit of turkey and I have to go lay down on something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a homeless person, which is nothing wrong with homeless people.
Not that there's anything wrong with homeless people eating turkey, but
They're just watching this show, being like, "Fuck, are you talking about?"
I don't think they have TVs, but yeah.
No one's watching. Also, pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. It's good, but I'm not jonesing for pumpkin pie in April. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like waking up being like I could go for a slice of pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Family. Your aunt always has to make her famous dip, right? Right? It's not famous.
Yeah, it's like a.
We've
it's
had
like
it
a
every year.
It's like a casserole dip or some shit.
We've had it every year.
Yeah.
It's not famous. Quit calling it famous. Just call it Auntie's dip.
Yeah. Just so you're bringing over some fucking dip.
Right. I'm not making my famous bacon. Right. We've all had it. It's bacon.
It's the same shit.
You know what I mean? Also, the people that offer to come early and never do to help out.
Oh yeah. We'll be there at 1 o'clock. We'll help you serve. They're like, oh yeah, we had to take care of a few things.
Where
it's
were you?
It's 3:30. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even 1 o'clock. Like, we're already at halftime in the fucking game. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like they immediately gravitate towards the watching the games or the fathers.
For sure.
They
Or
get
they-
away from helping out to be like, all right, let me leave it to the wives.
I
You
like
know
the
what I
guy
mean?
that walks into the living room with his arms crossed. He's like, "Who's winning the game?" You're like, "Shut up! The game's already been on."
Yeah, you don't even watch football.
You got fucking.
It's always you get one guy that doesn't watch sports, but he tries to fit in with like the big sports
sure.
guys, and he's just like, "Oh, who's your team here?" You know what I mean?
yeah. Also, I hate the guy that comes
Brett
in.
Favre playing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
He retired 10 years ago.
yeah. Also, the guy that comes in and doesn't offer anything.
Yeah. At all.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Brought nothing. How about the
So
the people that people pass out on the couch is another thing.
Oh, yeah,
And then leftover turkey. It's a time against the clock because also after a while it starts to smell like feet.
There comes a point when people are also there and they ate already, and then it's like maybe that 6 to 7 o'clock time.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just ate, you're tired. It's like, should we get the fuck out of here?
Totally,
Or like,
yeah.
Or am I overstaying my
Yeah,
welcome?
yeah.
Like, when should we leave?
Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a question. So if you go to one party and you're invited to another party, do you go to both parties, or you figure out which one you want to go to?
I know people that do that, and like
I know.
there's different cultures too. Like there's a girl that that I'm. All right, I'll fucking say it. There's a girl I'm talking to that's an Italian,
Nice. Yeah.
and she fucking's like, "Oh yeah, do you wanna go to this party than that?" I was like, I got juice for one. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? How much are you eating? You know what I mean? And same thing with the Cuban culture too. It's like
for sure.
just nonstop food. I'm like, how are you guys not in a food coma? And then they go out for Black Friday, which is like which now Black Friday is like Thursday night, Friday. Like it makes no sense.
No.
There's so much happening.
Totally. I think also you got to pick the one and then eat a little bit. You know what's funny is I don't even eat that much.
Yeah.
I eat a little bit and then I'm like,
What's your
let's
go-to meal?
I'll get turkey and then I go for the yams with the marshmallow and the
Those
brown
are
sugar.
great.
Right. I'll eat the whole fucking thing.
Do you like the mac? Do you get mac and cheese?
I'll
homemade?
mess around with a little mac and cheese.
Yeah, like a homemade mac and
Sure.
cheese, right? Yeah, that sounds
now
great.
that's homemade mac and cheese. I'll try that over your fucking dip.
Yeah, fuck the dip.
Fuck the
I don't care
dip.
about the dip.
Fuck the dip.
Fuck the dip. Just
All right.
anyone watching, fuck the dip.
Top 5 things you don't say at Thanksgiving, but is acceptable in bed. Here we go. There's nothing famous about this sauce.
Yeah. I mean, depends.
Angela really developed this past year, huh?
Oh my God, depending
Can you
on
imagine?
how old is Angela, man?
Who knows?
That's definitely a question mark.
Just turn into a fucking pedo real fast.
yeah.
No, I mean like that. She's getting bigger.
Yeah, she's doing it. She eats a lot now.
Yeah. Last time we ate here, I shit my pants on the bus ride home.
Jesus.
Listen, Uncle Steve, it is what it is. He's never had money. Why does it always smell like cow shit in the living room? I mean, it's an honest question.
Yeah, that's
and then I kissed my cousin for $100.
Oh my God.
All right, here's
disgusting.
here's what you don't say at Thanksgiving dinner, but is acceptable in bed. Here we go. Here's in bed. Who's Papa's little turkey?
Who says that though?
Right. I wrote this today. I was on edibles. Who's Mama's little turkey? Where's your brother?
Oh my God.
Your uncle's staring at my tits again.
Jesus Christ.
Give Mama the stuffing.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Anyways,
That is ridiculous.
what are you gonna do?
I mean, you're all right though. You're spot on. It's
Yeah.
interesting if any of those were said though. I'd be concerned.
No, for sure. You're like, how's your
What's
family?
going on here? Yeah, what's going on?
They're from Ohio. What do you want?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect a family from those answers. Be like, how's your family? I don't know.
It was a homeless shelter.
It's a homeless shelter.
Ray, with all the Thanksgiving stuff going on, there's always funny videos. I saw this one kid, and I was like, what would Ray do in this situation? Because I tell you what I'd do. I'd beat the shit out of you. If this was my son, I'd fucking kick his ass. Watch this, Ray. Ray, watch. It's pretty funny, though. Look at him.
I can already tell where this is going. Brady.
Ray, look. Look at.
How is he not aware?
Look at. You know, his dad's aware. He's just trying. Look at.
He dodged it.
What? How bored is this kid? Also, what are you, Rain Man? Give him a ticket.
That's so funny.
Look at Ray. Look at him.
That is funny.
Ray, look at him. He's got no shirt on. The kid, you guarantee you dropped out of college.
He's doing it right over his head.
Ray,
That's so funny.
look at him. He's just trying to do the crossword. Just tapping his head. Oh, now he's batting.
Why does it look like Kirk Cousins almost? Why the fuck does it look like Kirk
It does.
Cousins?
Look at him, Ray.
Hands inside. Hands inside. Shoot the hips. Hands will follow. Keep that butt of the bat in. Butt of the bat in.
Is that a lightsaber?
See that? Triangle.
That's so funny.
Contact.
Just for no reason, just to screw with his dad.
Yeah, dude. God damn. That's like when Bam Margera used to mess with his dad back in the day. But Ray, what would you do? Would you tell him to stop or go to his room or what? Cut off his allowance?
I don't even know.
The kid's 30.
Does he live there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't-
Yeah, what if he didn't live
It's not
there?
even his son. Like, I don't even know who that is, really. Some kid we just let in here. He's still here for Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, have a great Thanksgiving, by the way. And if your son does that, punch him in his face.
Yeah, he
okay?
deserves it.
All right, we have some football coming up tomorrow. Raymond, just give me your quick take. Who do you like, Chicago Bears or Detroit Lions?
I mean, I think the Lions are going to win, but
Yeah.
I actually
It's a close
think-
game.
I think that the Bears will cover. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. I wonder what Simon thinks.
I guess we'll have to find out. Giants, Cowboys. Who do you like?
Cowboys. I
100%.
Mean, yeah, fucking. I mean, as much as a dumpster fire that both teams are, I think Cowboys.
That's
are
a
gonna pull
dump
out.
game, by the way.
Yeah, it sucks.
It does suck. Dolphins, Packers are playing at the Packers.
I mean, a lot of people are
gonna be
picking
cold.
Miami. So, I mean, but I think the Packers at home at Lambeau. So, I think that's a good. It'll be a tight game, I feel like, but I think the Packers are going to pull it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's it for all the games, and that's been it for all of us. We'll keep you posted. Was there UFC anything picks that have coming out that people should watch over the weekend?
No, there's no UFC this week, but there is the PFL World Championship. My buddy Empa Kasang and I is fighting in the light heavyweight title. I think right now he's sitting at a minus 160. I like him a lot to winning. It's going to be a tough fight. It'll probably be his toughest test to date, but I like him a lot. And then there's a lot of other Russians fighting on the card. Not too many upsets, so I'm not going to say anything in terms of picking somebody. I don't have too much high hopes for this card. So it's
Right.
a lot of favorites. I think Empa is the closest line that I like for a lock, so I'm sticking with that.
So it's heavy football for the next couple days.
Heavy football, correct. And then we're picking up next week in UFC.
And then everyone goes on some sort of diet after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, everyone fucking signs up for a local gym membership and shit.
yeah.
We'll find more people at the treadmill. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ.
One thing I'm thankful for you, Raymond.
I'm thankful for you too.
Thank you, man.
That was cute.
And thank you for you boys too. Thank you for
thank you guys for being
doing
here.
this. And
love you guys.
remember, drink and drive safe. If you're gonna
Drinking and promoting drinking and driving when you get fucking blacked out. Make sure you drive decent, the best you can.
please like and subscribe to the show. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on all things. Make Vegas pay. The wheels are falling off. It's fine.
Drink and drive.
I've been your host, Brady Matthews. Ray, one thing you're thankful for, and parting words for the people at home.
How about don't drink and drive? That's what I'm thinking. Just stay
get
off
an
the
Uber,
road.
get an Uber.
Get an Uber here. In South Florida gets fucking crazy, so get an Uber, please.
Okay. And one thing you're thankful for.
Oh man, thankful for this show and you, Brady.
All right.
Reciprocated. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Brady Matthews. That's been the Mouthpiece Makes Vegas Pay. That's been Raymond Sherwood. You guys, again, like we said, have a great Thanksgiving. Like everything, go on all our platforms. Click on the link, like and subscribe onto the show. We're everywhere on all platforms. With that said, guys, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you later. Give Mama the stuffing.
Oh my God.